Somebody's crying bolo. Somebody's crying bolo. I need you love today. I need you right away. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares.
Alright guys, so welcome back to yet another vlog. The time right now is a few minutes to 11 and I just got back from work. I just put the boys to bed. So I'm very hungry and I just want to make myself something really quick to eat before I go and sleep. I still have to edit some videos tonight because I'll see how far I can get before I sleep off. So if you're new here, please do well to click on the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you get notifications every time we drop a new video. And yes, you guys, I need to eat. It has been such a long day and I should just crawl into bed right now. But before I do that, I just have to put something into my system before I get into bed. So here I'm just warming up the bread and I'm using the waffle maker. I don't know if you guys remember that from a couple of videos ago. I bought this at Aldi. And thank God my husband boiled some fish before I got home. So this is what I'm just going to be sprinkling on my bread because I don't have any sardine or anything like that. So the first one is done. I'm just going to be adding some butter onto it just lightly. And then I'll be sprinkling the fish. I already went ahead to debone it. And then I'll be sprinkling some Hellmann's mayonnaise. This is by far my best mayonnaise in the UK right now. You guys should give it a go. And of course, you know I cannot eat anything without pepper, even sandwiches or things like this. So I'm having some really cold water and half a lemon. I'm also going to be putting the lemon itself in the water, and then I'll be adding some apple cider vinegar just to help with my whole weight loss plan. And then I'm going to be rubbing some mint leaves just to agitate it a little and get the scent pungent. And that is it for tonight's dinner. Just one bagel and this water. And then I'm just going to binge watch my series. This is Jack Ryan and this is the season finale that I'm watching tonight. So it showcases Nigeria and that's why I am actually into it. I followed the star of the show since The Office. I don't know how many people watch The Office, but that was where I fell in love with the main character. Not fall in love. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, that's that about that. So the next day, it's akara day, and I'm just getting my food processor out to be able to peel my beans. If you guys are not using a blender or a food processor to peel your beans, you are still living in the very olden days because this is such a game changer. I've been seeing it a lot on the internet and I decided to try it out and it works, you guys. I've been using this method for months now and it works. So all you have to do is just wash your beans like 2 or 3 times with really cold water or room temperature water, and then just pulse this in your food processor or blender straight away. That is all you have to do. Just pulse it until you see that most of the shaft has come out, and all you have to do is just to rinse it consistently or repeatedly until all of the shaft is out. And this is what it's looking like after rinsing out all of the shafts. This is just straight up out of the food processor. So I'm just going to agitate it more a bit just to get the leftover shaft out, and that is it, you guys. Your beans is ready and all you have to do is just soak it in some water and let it rise a little before you blend. So while that is done, I'm going to be washing up the dishes from last night because Strength and Power was not available after I ate last night. I just left the kitchen as it was and then I went to sleep. And then I'm going to be adding some pepper to our akara just to give it color. I'm adding rodo, and that's the as far as the fresh pepper goes. I'm also adding some ginger and then I will be adding some dried chili peppers. This is just for color, really not for heat, because it's not spicy in my opinion. I'm also going to be adding some onions and some garlic to it. You guys, if you are not adding all these things into your akara, you're eating basic akara, honestly. I'm also going to be adding some spring onions because I'm running low on onions, and I want to use half of this onion that I have here to garnish the akara. Once it's done, I'm just going to be using half of that with the spring onions, the garlic and the ginger to blend the akara. So once that is done, I'm just going to wash it up, and then we're going to get to blend. Our beans is soft enough right now. I'm just doing that last check to see that it is all the way soft, so it reduces the work of the blender. Now the mistake I made here is to use this big blender to blend the akara, and you will see the reason why I said it was a mistake, because the quantity of akara to the ratio of the space in the blender was actually quite too much. So this is one thing I also do to help with the blending process. I try to layer the beans, pepper and then beans again. I'm also going to be adding some egg, just one egg to the mix, and this acts as a leveling agent. It also helps to create air pockets in the akara and give it that really nice shape. I'm also going to be blending this with the fish stock from last night. I told you guys that my husband boiled some fish, and I'm just going to be using some of the stock from that to blend. So you see what I'm saying? The blender is not really catching on because the quantity of the food in the blender is really small compared to the space. So I'm just going to be transferring this mixture to my smoothie blender, and this is just going to, you know, it's going to do the work, and you see what I'm saying. So this blender, let me back up. The food processor and that first blender I was using, I got it for free on an app called Ollie. I've told you about this in a couple of my vlogs. If you guys are sleeping on that app, that is where you can get some really free items that are going to be in very good condition. My smoothie blender came at £5, and I bought that at a thrift shop. All right, so I'm chopping up the half onion that I reserved from our pepper mix, and I'm just going to be whisking that with a whisk just to create air pockets. This is a very vital key to your akara having the shape that you desire. This is something that you just can't skip this step. So once my oil is hot enough, I'm just going to be testing the oil to see that it is right, like the temperature and everything is okay. Some people use onions, but I don't see the need to do that. Once I'm sure that the oil is hot enough, I just spoon the quantity of akara that I want into my oil, and then I just let it go until it is golden brown, and then I flip it over and just let it cook on the other side before I take it out of the pan. So you guys, if you have a different method for making akara, just let me know. And also keep remembering to whisk the akara while you are frying the next batch. So a little quality control here, just to see that, you know, the salt and everything is all right. And then we're going to sieve that out of the oil, and then we're going to turn down the heat. This is very important because you want your akara to have like uniform, like the way it's brown or the way it cooks. So once you turn it down after that first batch, you are good to go for the rest of the batch. I promise you, it's a very solid trick that I learned from my mom. This skewer is also something I learned from my mom. She always uses a skewer to turn her akara, and it's actually quite cost effective. Or let me say, it's very effective. Because look at it, like if you look at the people who are making akara, this is really what they do, isn't it? So I'm having some oats with my akara, so I've added that to my favorite mug. I'm also going to be adding some milk and some sugar. Ideally, I used to use honey, but we've run out of honey. We should even be going monthly shopping soon, but that's not for this video. So I'm just going to be putting that in the microwave for 1.5 minutes and let that go while I still check on my akara, put in a fresh batch, and I prepare my husband's custard. So I'm having oats and he's having custard. The boys already had their breakfast this morning. They had cereal because they woke up hungry as usual. But they will be having some akara, but they've already had their cereal. So I'm just making the custard the traditional way. I don't know how you guys prepare your custard, but this is the only way that I know, is to just make a thick mixture. And once I'm sure that all the lumps are done, I boil some water, and as soon as the water hits the bowl, I take the spoon out, and once the custard is formed, I just put a little water on top of it to, just seal the heat inside the bowl, and then I stir it to just make sure that everything is nice and done. By this time my oat is ready, and I'm just going to be putting the extra things that I need into it. It's a bit runny, but don't worry, I'll fix that right now. I'm adding some cinnamon, poppy seeds, and this is a thickening agent, some chia seeds. I'll also be adding some sunflower seeds, and this is just for extra fiber. So in continuation with my food, with my diet and with my weight loss, this is my go-to when it comes to oats. I'm adding some sugar to the milk, and I'm going to top that on the custard, and our breakfast is ready. So I'm going to be eating on the kitchen island here with my husband while the boys go and enjoy themselves in front of the TV. It's a Saturday, so why not? And that's just how our Saturday morning is going today. I enjoy days like this when I'm not working on a Saturday, and we can get to enjoy the traditional Saturday as a family where everybody's at home, and we can just have that communal life. So you guys, how do you spend your Saturdays? Let me know in the comment section. Is it similar to mine? Is it different? Do you have like traditions that you follow as well?
A few moments later.
Anyway, this is a few moments later, and I'm putting away all the oil and the stock that we have left over from preparing our akara. And once that is all stored away, I'm going to be washing the dishes so that at least the next time I'm in the kitchen, I have a clean surface to work with. I know the back of my pots need serious attention, but today is not the day. Strength and power is not available. Okay, so my mint is growing out of hand, and I'm just going to be taking the leaves out and drying them so that I have dry mint leaves. I use mint leaves to season my meat. I use it in my seasoning. I use it for a number of things. I put it in my tea as well. So it has a lot of value for me. I'm just going to be peeling the leaves with my son here, and we're going to be drying that out in the air fryer. So this is one way that I preserve herbs in my home. If it were something like parsley or rosemary, I would chop it up and freeze it with some oil in an ice cube. I'll probably show you how I do that in another vlog. But we've moved on right now to laundry, and this is my least favorite chore, you guys. I don't know what your least favorite chore is. Tell me in the comment section. But my least favorite chore is laundry. I hate it because it's never ending. It's a cycle, and as long as my children are still at this age, it's really not easy, having to keep up with the amount of laundry that we have to keep up with. This is another batch that is going into the machine. This is a dirty batch that they have to have washed, and I'm also getting the boys to clean their rooms. Hi lovelies, and welcome to the segment of this video. This segment has been sponsored by Slipintosoft, and they have sent me a couple of dresses to try out in the video today. So just to tell you a little more about the brand, so Slipintosoft deal with 100% silk, the mulberry silk, and on their website they have a wide range of options to choose from. So they are into dresses, they're also into cashmere, jackets, coats and hoodies, vests and things like that. So you will be lost for choices on their website. I will leave a link to that website in the description box, along with my discount code for my subscribers, so you guys do want to click on the link and shop their amazing collections. Trust me, this summer you would want one or two of these dresses. And just in case summer is over before you see this video, you can also patronize them and get some of the cashmere cardigans, jackets, vests and hoodies. All right, you guys, more details will be in the description box. Like I said, let's get to unboxing. So this is how the box comes. So I picked two dresses, and just as you open the box, you get to see a little instruction on how to care for the dresses. It also tells you the kind of temperature, whether hand wash or whatever. And that's just a little instruction manual over there. And this is the first dress. It comes individually packed. Like, the texture is really nice. Alright, so this dress has a really small belt. And I'm not mad at that, because I don't really want anything cinching my waist in any further. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be trying this on in a second. This is the belt, and it's adjustable as well. Look at how glossy it is, you guys. Alright, so that's the first one. Now this is the next one. Oh my god, I absolutely love this one. This one also has a belt as well. I love the color in person. When I chose this dress on the website, I kind of had second doubts when I was choosing it. I love the droopy neck. And this is what it looks like, you guys. So there are holes on the sides for the belt as well. This is the belt that it comes with. The belt is silk as well. And I got these in extra large just in case you might be wondering. Alright, so let's do a little try on haul for you guys. Alright, you guys, so this is how the first outfit looks on me. I'll be matching this with some pair of orange shoes just to give it the chrome effect so that your attention is on the dress itself. The first outfit is a button down, and it also comes with this adjustable belt in the middle so you can cinch your waist in, and it just gives you that hourglass figure. It is absolutely gorgeous on me. I love this particular one, but my favorite would have to be the second one because of the neckline, and I'm matching this with a pair of chrome shoes as well, just so that it carries on with the theme of what I'm trying to portray. Alright, you guys, you know what to do. The link to their website will be in the description box, as well as in my comment section. I will also be leaving my discount code so you guys can go and get yourself some amazing discounts. This is their website, and you can choose from the amazing range of menswear, silkwear, sleepwear, robe sets, casual and formal outfits as well. They also have an amazing collection for winter as well. Alright, you guys, that's it for this section. Let's get on with the rest of today's video.
A few inches later.
Alright, so it's night time. I've had time to have my bath from the last time you saw me, and tonight we're having rice, carrot stew, and grilled chicken breasts. So it's pretty simple. I'll talk you through the process. I'm just refilling the rice that we have, and like I said before, it's almost time to go monthly shopping again. You guys can always expect that content. It is coming. I'm just washing my rice with my rice bowl. If you guys haven't seen my Temu unboxing, it should be live right now. I'm just going to be boiling the exact amount of rice that we need for tonight. Like I said before, I really don't like cooking in excess, especially when I'm off, because it eventually doesn't get eaten. And I'm using this really cool hack to boil your rice, just to eliminate your rice from spewing over or boiling over. You should really try it. Just put some oil around the rim of the pot, and also just an inch from the top of the pot. So these containers are also from my Temu unboxing, and they keep my fruits and vegetables fresher for longer. In this big one, I have some carrots. I also have my bell peppers, and these are the leftover ones that I had from the stir fry. That video should be up by now. I'm also going to be adding some rodo, some tomatoes, onions, garlic, and ginger. Now, it was at this point when I was cooking that I realized that I didn't have red bell peppers or the long peppers, and I decided to substitute with carrots. If you guys haven't tried this recipe before, I have made this stew before, and my family absolutely loved it. They didn't even know that there was no tatashe in it. So as you can see, I only have like the orange bell pepper, and that is it. I'm also going to be using a red onion for this recipe. The tomatoes and the onions go in first, and then the rest of the ingredients go on the top of the blender. I'm using my smoothie blender because this thing is so rugged and it will blend just about anything. So this is the pepper mixture all blended. I'm just going to set that aside while I make the base for the stew. Now bear in mind that because this is a carrot based stew, it's not going to be as red as other stews, but I'll show you what I do to make the color come out and pop. So our rice is ready to parboil. I'm just going to be rinsing that out, and then I'm going to be adding a little water, some salt. I'm going to be adding some oil as well, and then I'm going to be adding some onions. My sister-in-law makes her rice like this, and I absolutely just love how fluffy her rice looks. So I've been making my rice like this ever since. So I've chopped off half of the red onion. I've also blended half of the red onion, so this is half of the chopped onions. I'm saving the remaining half for later. I've added some tin tomato, and then I'm just going to toast my spices. I'm using curry, thyme, star anise seeds, and I'm just going to be toasting the tin tomato in the oil until it goes really dark, not burnt but dark. And then once it has reached the desired color, I know I'm ready to introduce my pepper mix into the pot. I'm also going to be using some crayfish seasoning because I'm going to be adding our leftover fish stock from the morning, just to carry on with the fish steam, even though I'm not going to be serving fish. But that's what this sauce is about. So I'm not wasting anything. Everything is going to be used because everything has to finish before I go shopping again. So this is what the pepper mix is looking like right now. I'm just going to be adding a little more oil just to make sure that it fries properly, and then I'm going to be covering it with the splash guard. That is a silicone splash guard I got from a charity shop for free. It was just given to me as a bonus item. So this is the chicken breast that I'll be using for tonight's dinner. I'm just going to be placing some kitchen towels down on a chopping board. I'm going to cut that into two. So I'm using 2 chicken breasts for tonight's dinner. I'm going to cut each breast into 2 and then damp it dry to make sure that I've removed all the excess moisture. Bear in mind that I've already washed my chicken before I got to this stage. So I'm just going to basically be repeating the process of cutting the chicken and damping it dry. And once the chicken is dry, it's time for me to put my spices together and get the chicken ready to be marinated. So for my spices, I'm using curry, I'm using thyme, I'm also going to be using some black pepper because black pepper has such a great flavor that it just adds to things. I'm using some cayenne pepper as well, some dried parsley, some dry coriander, some dry star anise seed powder, some dry ginger powder, some salt, and then I'm going to be adding some sugar for caramelization. Usually I would add honey, but I don't have any. So this is my spice mix English. I'm going to be mixing that up and then coating the top of my chopping board with wax paper, just because I want to reduce the amount of stain that the curry would leave on my chopping board. And all I have to do is just sprinkle the spices on top of the chicken generously and pat it down with my fingers. I'm going to flip it over to the other side and basically repeat the same thing. So the rest of the spice mixture, the remaining half, goes on the chicken, and then I pat it down, leave it on the counter to just marinate for about 2 minutes, and that's all it needs. So this is what our stew is looking like, and tell me that this stew does not have any bell peppers in it. So for extra freshness, I'm adding the rest of the red onions that I chopped and saved, and that is it. This chicken is a stew. This stew is ready to come off the fire. So I always like to clean up as I cook. If not, I end up with a very big mess, and I have no one else to clean it up but myself, except, you know, my husband is at home and all of that. But anyway, we're just having dodo with our rice, and I'm just chopping that. How do you like your dodo, you guys? Do you like it chopped? Do you like it diced? Do you like it sliced? I know some people will eat dodo any which way, but let me know what your favorite style of eating dodo is. So we're ready to grill our chicken. I'm just going to be heating the hot pan with some oil. I'm also going to be drizzling some oil also on the chicken, and then I'm going to set it down, the oil side down on the pan, and let it go for a couple of minutes. I watch it closely, and once it's done, I put it down to rest. I do not cut into it or taste it or prick it with any knife, so it just preserves its juices, and I just basically repeat that. So our dough is also done. I'm just going to be, alternating dodo and chicken, and once everything is ready, it's time to plate and eat. You guys, all the talking I've done in this video, if you have watched up until this point and you haven't liked this video, let God not judge you. Let God not judge you. Please just like this video, and I appreciate my girl. I appreciate your girl's efforts. I'm going to be cutting up the boys' chicken just to help them pick it up faster, or just make it easier for them. Anyway, this is our dinner. If you guys are going to be trying this stew, please let me know in the comment section. It tastes so good, and this is also a fit farm way of making stew. So if this is something you are willing to consider, go for it. We're having our food with water, and that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You will be helping me out by sharing my content with your family members and loved ones. Thank you so much for spending a Saturday with us. Let me know your feedback in the comment section, and I will see you guys in my next one. Goodbye. God bless you.